The United States says its military objectives in Iran are now approaching completion, according to recent statements from President Donald Trump. In a televised address from the White House, Trump stated that the core strategic goals of the ongoing conflict are nearing completion, and suggested that operations could conclude within the next 2 to 3 weeks. However, he did not provide specific operational details, timelines, or confirmation of how the conflict would formally end. The announcement comes as the conflict enters its 5th week, with rising global concern over regional stability and economic impact. During his speech, Trump emphasized that the United States is moving quickly toward its objectives. He stated that the military is close to finishing its mission and indicated confidence in the current strategy. At the same time, he issued a warning that if no agreement or deal is reached, the United States could expand its military response. This could include targeting additional infrastructure, although no such actions were confirmed at the time of the speech. A central issue in the conflict remains the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important energy transit routes. A significant portion of global oil supply passes through this narrow waterway. Any disruption in this region has direct consequences for international energy markets. Recent tensions have already contributed to rising oil and gas prices, which are being closely monitored by governments and financial markets around the world. President Trump also addressed the role of U.S. allies in the region. He expressed support for countries including Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Bahrain, describing them as important partners. He stated that the United States is committed to supporting its allies and ensuring regional stability. Earlier statements from Trump suggested that Iran may have shown interest in a ceasefire. However, Iranian officials denied this claim, calling it inaccurate. This difference in messaging highlights the uncertainty surrounding diplomatic efforts and ongoing communication between the two sides. Despite mentioning the possibility of a deal, Trump did not provide details about any active negotiations or timelines for diplomatic resolution. Observers note that the situation remains fluid, with both military and political developments continuing to evolve. Another important factor is the global economic impact of the conflict. Energy prices have become a key concern, especially due to the strategic importance of the Strait of Hormuz. Higher fuel costs can affect transportation, trade, and overall economic stability in many countries. Trump also stated that the United States is less dependent on Middle Eastern oil than in the past, but emphasized that its presence in the region is aimed at supporting allies rather than securing resources. As the situation develops, analysts are watching closely to see whether the conflict will move toward de-escalation or further escalation. At this stage, there is no confirmed timeline for a ceasefire or peace agreement. For now, official statements indicate that the United States believes it is close to achieving its stated objectives, but the final outcome remains uncertain. The coming weeks are likely to be critical in determining the direction of the conflict and its broader global impact.